Hey guys, I've kind of been putting this video off for a little while, but I've had enough people ask me about this subject where it's finally okay, I'll make the video. And we're going to talk about meme stocks, right? We're going to start off with, what they are, try to understand them, talk about, one of the first meme stocks, and some terms that go along with different meme stocks, right? Let's start off with what is a meme stock. So a meme stock is going to refer to the shares of a company that have gained a cult-like following online and through social media platforms. Now, these online communities can go on to build hype around a stock through narratives and conversations elaborated, in discussion threads on websites. Reddit's a big one, or posts to followers on platforms like Twitter and Facebook. And these meme stock communities can like greatly influence the price of the shares through coordinated efforts, say as an example, like initiate short squeezes in heavily shorted names. As a result, meme stocks can become, apparently overvalued relative to their fundamentals, yet remain elevated for prolonged periods of time as members of the meme stock community keep their prices propped up. Now, meme stock communities have also developed a glossary of informal slang and market terminology, stuff like diamond hands and tendies and to the moon. And we're going to talk about a couple of those later on, right? But let's get into trying to understand these meme stocks, like what's going on here. So, first off, a meme is an idea or some element of popular culture that spreads and multiplies across people's minds. Memes gained increasing prevalence and relevance as the internet and social media grew, allowing people to rapidly spread funny, interesting, sarcastic videos and images or posts to others, all over the world on the internet. Now, the rapid and multiplicative effect of sharing such posts makes them most times they go viral, right? Well, with the internet and chat rooms, discussion boards, devoted to investing and promoting stocks, they just came about out of nowhere. But in the late 90s and early 2000s, these sites helped promote and drive up the prices of so called .com stocks, right? A bubble that, as we all know, burst in spectacular fashion. Now, meme stocks didn't truly emerge until about 2020, right? And this is going to be via Reddit. There is a forum area called Wall Street Bets, right? R/Wall Street Bets. Unlike its predecessors and other, investing meshes boards, right? Wall Street Bets became known for its unconventional and often just the tone, just how it just, you'd have to go and read. You know, in this and in other forums that have popped up since, users work together to identify target stocks and then promote them while also putting their own money to work. Unlike, online pump and dump schemes aimed at defrauding unwitting investors, the promotion of meme stocks largely involves buying and holding with the above mentioned stuff, strong hands even after the price spikes. Okay, so let's take a look at the first meme stock, right? GameStop. So, in August of 2020, the YouTube persona Roaring Kitty posted a what would eventually become a viral video laying out the case why shares of brick and mortar video game retailer GameStop Corp, could soar from about $5 a share to about $50 a share. Now, Roaring Kitty's real name is Keith. He's also known on Reddit as Deep Effing Value, right? And he's active on the subreddit, Wall Street Bets. Now, in that video, he explained that the stock had among the highest short interest in the market, largely with short positions held by hedge funds, and that these funds would need to cover their positions in the event of a massive short squeeze, driving the stock much, much higher. Now, a few days later, the former CEO of Chewy.com and investor Ryan Cohen purchased an unknown amount of GameStop stock, which, you know, Keith acknowledged on Twitter. Now, in November of 2020, it became public knowledge Cohen owned a 10% share in the company. On January 12th, he joined the board and the stock rose and was at $20 a share. By closing 2 days later, the value doubled, an 8x increase from the price at the time of Cohen and Gill's previous posts. Then, in January of 2021, the short squeeze that Roy and Kitty had suggested took place in earnest, with the price of GameStop shares exploding to almost $500 amid a frenzy of short covering and panic buying. The main victims of the squeeze ended up being a handful of hedge funds, some of which were forced to shut down due to heavy losses. Now, as a result, the meme stock concept adopted a David versus Goliath or Robin Hood connotation of taking from the rich Wall Street elite and rewarding the small retail investor. Now, of course, GameStop's not the only meme stock, right? There's other ones, and while GameStop was the first successful meme stock, it's worth it to kind of we'll talk about some of the other ones. So Wall Street bet users quickly identified, other downtrodden stocks with heavy short, interest to boost. So there's AMC Entertainment Holdings, right, the movie theater chain that saw flagging profits amid the COVID-19 stuff. BlackBerry Limited, the smartphone maker that almost no one uses anymore. Both stocks also saw their shares rapidly increase by multiples, right? And as these became recognized meme stocks, members of Wall Street Bets and similar outlets began to acknowledge the humor of seeing such legacy companies emerge from the ashes in the stock market. Some meme stocks did not fare as well as others, even with the occasional short squeeze. Some of the other ones would be like Bed Bath & Beyond, Cost Corp, Venco Ventures, Support.com, and even in the meme stock enabler, Robinhood. Now, there's also, I want to talk about those terms that we kind of mentioned earlier, right? Let's do a quick meme stock glossary, if you will, right? Some definitions, because meme stock communities have developed, a specific lingo used in their posts online, and you might see some of these things, but what are they talking about? So the first one we're going to talk about is apes, right? Now, members of the meme stock community, right? Some have attributed this to a meme, related to the movie Rise of the Planet of Apes, but others have suggested that the label comes from the banding together of dumb apes to take on the Wall Street elite, right? The next one is BTFD, which is just an acronym for buy the effing dip. Buying the dips means going long on a stock after its price has declined in the near term and is meant to be repeated after each such drawdown. The next term is going to be diamond hands. Now, this has come to mean holding on to a stock despite, even if it's heavy losses, no matter what, right? And you're confident that the price will rise soon. And of course, everyone knows about FOMO, fear of missing out, right? If you don't catch the meme stock wave, you'll regret it. Then there's hold the line, which is a battle cry, to encourage others to stand firm with their diamond hands in the face of volatility. Well, if there's diamond hands, what's the opposite of that? Paper hands. This is a derogatory slur leveled against those who fail to maintain diamond hands. Right? These are perceived as weak individuals without conviction who sell their shares too quickly. Right? And keep in mind, like, none of these terms are meant to be taken seriously. Right? And of course, some of the last three here we're going to talk about are like the big ones, right? Instead of you're going to hear stonks, right, with an N. It's an ironic misspelling of the word stocks, right? This meme predates Wall Street Bets and often depicts a crudely designed bald man in a suit staring blankly at an arrow pointing upwards in price. The next really popular one is going to be tendies, right? Short for chicken tenders. But tendies refers to profits made in meme stocks. there are several claims for why this fast food item is used for collecting profits, but who knows, right? And of course, the really famous one, to the moon. The idea that a stock will rise extraordinarily high as if to go to the moon, right? A bunch of different terms. You know, and there's some, you know, things that we can learn from this, you know. There's good information that a lot of stuff has happened recently, you know, over the past 2 years, but the key takeaways here are going to be that meme stocks are just shares of companies around which online communities have formed to promote and build narratives. Meme stocks, in their present form, arose in about the year 2020 out of the subreddit Wall Street Bets. Now, GameStop is widely regarded as the first meme stock, which, their stock rose as much as 100x over the course of several months as members of its meme community crafted a spectacular short squeeze. And then meme stocks have generated their own slang and language used in online forums and social media. Now, I'm sure some of this, like the terms and stuff like that, it's good information, but really, it's just to help you navigate information online. Like if you see someone talking about something, you see one of those words, or you wonder what happened with GameStop, stuff like that. So just trying to give you some information to help you kind of navigate the waters, if you will. But I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did, go ahead and hit that like button for me. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel for the next video. But until I see you in the next video, y'all be safe.